The Disciple's Guide to Ritual Magic, A Beginner's Introduction to the High Art by Frater Barrabbas. This is a remarkably good book. It is easy to obtain. I believe you can still get these for under $30. A lot of the books that I do reviews about, unfortunately, are incredibly rare, out of print, or exceptionally expensive if you can find them. This is, again, easy to obtain. You can still get them. They're not out of print. And this is just full of information, you guys. I have not read this entire book, but from what I have read, I've got a lot of benefit from this. So if you want to up your game, you guys, if you're stuck, if you don't know how to progress with your magic, if you want to learn more just for the sake of learning, if you want to expand your mind, this would be an excellent book to do so with. Let me just open the table of contents here, you guys. So we have the foreword, Magicians and Magic in the Postmodern Epic, The Offerings of Neo-Sorcery, Ritual Magic for the New Age, The Search for Spirit and Exploration of the Higher Mind. That's an excellent part of this book. Mechanisms of Ritual Magic, Requirements and Regalia of Ritual Magic, and the conclusion, the practice of Ritual Magic. Then we have the Grimoire, Introduction to the Grimoire, Techniques of Mind Control, Consecration of the Grail Temple, the Pyramidal Pentagram Ritual, the Rose Ankh Vortex Ritual, Assumption of the Godhead, the Lunar Mystery Ritual, the Solar Mystery Ritual, the Self-Initiation Mystery Ritual, and Consecration of the Hollows, the 5 magical tools. And then there's an epilogue, what I've learned, a bibliography, you name it. So let's read the back. It says here, in The Disciple's Guide to Ritual Magic, Frater Barrabbas uses occult symbology of the past 2 centuries, mindful of all the latest developments in integral psychology and philosophy. The book can take a student far beyond the rudimentary magical practice of the dilettante and helps them to develop a spiritual and magical discipline that furthers spiritual transformation and conscious evolution. It contains the knowledge necessary for acquiring a competent background in the art of ritual magic, and also a grimoire of magical rituals and exercises necessary to build a fully workable magical discipline. The grimoire of 7 rituals, written with an occult context, is the Grail mythos of the Western mystery tradition. Although everybody probably knows the stories about the quest for the Holy Grail, King Arthur, Merlin, and the Knights of the Round Table, there are powerful allegorical undercurrents and occult threads in these tales that, when realized, can become translated into life-changing experiences for the magician. How cool is that? Frater Barrabbas has been working and teaching new forms of magic for over 35 years and assisting in starting a magical lodge where the discipline was taught and practiced. The rituals in the grimoire are based on the rituals that were used in this order, whose lore is also modeled upon the Grail mythos. The book provides a compelling and challenging first foundation for the practicing ritual magician that is necessary for the ultimate attainment of knowledge, fulfillment, and wisdom through the revelation and gnosis of magic. Exceptional book, you guys. This is the most complicated book on magic that I've done a review of. So I've tried to lay the foundation for people with my book reviews and what I talk about with magic. I've tried to lay out a very basic foundation, a starting point, because that's something that many books and people don't teach when they teach magic. They don't give you a really solid foundation to get your feet on and to develop yourself with. So, Philip Cooper's work, that is the greatest starting point. Books like The Magician, books like The Inner Temple of Magic by Philip Cooper, books like Candle Magic by Philip Cooper. Going into your inner temple and doing the exercises in his books is going to, over time, allow you to really understand what magic is and separate what it isn't. Most people don't know how to really define magic, and there's just so much mental illness and superstition in the occult and in the subject of magic, and that's why I really like Philip Cooper's books. He comes in, he clears out the cobwebs, he gives you a solid definition of what magic is, he gives you simple stuff to build off of, and really he gives you a system, a very coherent and easy to follow system to build your foundation. But as you build your foundation, you're naturally going to flower, and you're going to want to incorporate and or learn other things about magic to complement your work. So Kabbalistic magic might be of interest to you, or ceremonial magic, things like this. So long story short, this is not only a good starting point for somebody, this is also a very excellent complementary piece of work to blossom your studies. This does get rather complicated, you guys, so if you're new, I would suggest starting with Philip Cooper's work, but if you've got some of those books already, if you've been doing pentagram rituals, if you've got a solid foundation that you've been working on, this would be a great addition. So I give this a 10 out of 10 for sure. Disciple's Guide to Ritual Magic, A Beginner's Introduction to the High Art by Frater Barrabbas. Paperback, well bound. I believe I got this for like $21. 10 out of 10.